Now, finally, to wrap up the previous two video lectures on bottom slope effects and to wrap up this whole section on abutment sliding, we can tie it back into a more tangible set of design rules. So, simply, if your anchor is below the bottom of foundation, you can consider the effect of a block sliding uphill and transform the forces such that it increases your factor of safety in sliding. These equations are written out again in the EIA Bridge Binder Volume 2 for design in Section 4.6. When I say again, I'm referring to again beyond being written out in the previous lecture. Now, if your anchor is above your bottom of foundation, but not significantly, such that the bottom of the anchor is still below the top of foundation, shown in the diagram, you can draw a horizontal line to connect your anchor to the foundation. Because only 25 centimeters of the ramp wall is bearing down onto the foundation and there's no positive shear connection between the tiers other than a cold construction joint, we will conservatively ignore all of the foundation weight below the connection point. So I'll point you to figure 4.6.2 of the binder to review this if you want another image. And finally, if the anchor is significantly above the foundation bottom, such that the bottom of the anchor is above the top of the foundation, you may want to consider steps using the empirical rule laid out in the binder section 4.5 and also discussed in the soil shear section of this course. These steps should be angled with a 1-to-1 ratio and remain 30 centimeters below grade. For example, a 50 centimeter step would drop 50 centimeters over a 50 centimeter length. This is to avoid shear concentration in that 90-degree joint. So I've drawn a little representation of shear concentration at 90 degrees, and I'll add some other cool photos to the bottom of in the text section of the module here, but the main idea being we want to avoid that concentration and happening, so we use this 1-to-1 horizontal to vertical ratio for the steps. And like I mentioned, this is explained once again in the soil shear section of the course, just in a bit of a different context. We're checking actually the soil versus the abutment, but we go through some of the same or similar information about when the anchor is above or below the foundation and what sort of steps to take from a design perspective.